Classic, why do you still have thyroid symptoms when the doctor is telling you that your thyroid numbers are correct? There's a lot of nuances to that, like about 25 different ones. But I'm gonna talk about the core here real quickly. So normally when you go to the doctor, in this day and age, maybe you already know you have Hashimoto's. So I think that's what the person is asking. This was a question that someone asked. So let's say you know you have Hashimoto's, you go to the doctor, they're checking your thyroid hormone. Most of the time they only check TSH still. And if your TSH, which is the thyroid stimulating hormone, which is the holy grail of endocrinology for 100 years or more for thyroid, you don't have enough data to really know why that is happening. And your doctor doesn't generally know that because that's basically what they go by. Some doctors will measure TSH, T4, and T3. So T4 is what the thyroid makes. T3 is what the T4, the thyroid hormone T4 is inactive. T3 is what the inactive T4 turns into. T3 is active. It's all about T3. It's all about T3 getting into your little cells and giving you energy. And then you lose weight, your hair stops falling out, and things of that nature. Problem is even when the doctors today run TSH, T4, and T3, that we have a significant disagreement between functional world and the pathological world, the doctor world, the medical doctor world, the endocrinology world, as to what those numbers should be. Most of the time what's happening is you're not converting the active T4 to T3. So you can have you have this thyroid, it makes a proper amount of T4. So you take the test, it says your TSH is normal, your T4 is normal. There's a lot of argument as to what's normal for T3. It gets the inactive thyroid hormone gets converted. Now there's a ton of things that will stop that conversion. One of them is half of the drugs that you're taking out there. I literally have 2 laminated sheets, both sides, notebook type, paper type sheets of drugs that I have to look at before I do anything else and go, this is maybe part of your problem. This may be stopping you from T4 to T3. Some of the most popular ones, unfortunately, are like hormone replacement, like birth control. Or for you guys who are out there who like the big muscles, steroids. And so those things will do it. But there's just so many of some of the antidepressants, some of the anti-anxiety medications. So you got that. But you convert your T4 to T3 in your liver, in your intestines, and at the very cell site where it goes into the cell. With those, within the framework of those 3 things, there's about 30 things that can go wrong. So you want to, so this goes back to Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune problem. We're not even talking about that autoimmune problem right now. We're talking about just the basic of the thyroid itself showing normal. If you have liver problems, if you have fatty liver, if you have any of the one of 30 things that can happen in your intestines, autoimmune gastritis, SIBO, leaky gut, dysbiosis, alternating constipation and diarrhea, if you have any of those things, you're probably going to have a hard time. You're probably going to have a hard time converting. And so you have this normal TSH, meaning the pituitary glands telling your thyroid to put out thyroid hormone properly. You have this normal T4, which means your thyroid is putting out this normal amount of T4, which is inactive. But then when it gets from going to active T4, inactive T4 to active T3, all of these things can happen that can stop that. So now you have this low T3, but all the other numbers are normal. And your doctor might think that T3 is normal if it's in the pathological range, which we like to see T3 minimum, free T3 particularly, which they usually don't run. It's another reason why you're being told it's normal. We like to see the free T3 over, we like to see it over 3, okay? Medical community likes to see it 2 to 4. We like to see just normal T3. We like to see it over 100. Medical community thinks it's okay if it's over 75. So if you're between 75 and 100 on your labs, they're going to tell you it's normal. We're going to tell you it's not. So those are confusing things, but this is the reality of what's going on out there every day. I literally see this in my clinic in some way, shape, or form every single week. So that's the reason that someone will tell you, you go in, you're like, I'm taking your medication. You're telling me the levels are perfect. I still have all the symptoms. What's going on, doc? That's what's going on. And we'll probably talk about a lot of those 34, 35 things that we talked about in the framework of all of these presentations. So that's it. That's why you still have thyroid symptoms when your doctors are telling you that everything is okay with your numbers.